Good morning. Welcome. How are you all doing? Hey, Richard. Hey, GameCube. Mr. GameCube? Your name is Mr. GameCube. That's a great name, Mr. GameCube 907. Is the name, or rather, are the numbers in there like a reference to 90? Or no, sorry, that's a different one. No, never mind. My brain is not functioning as it should, so like I was about to say something completely out of pocket. Welcome. Howdy, Zem. Hey, Cooperator. Hey, Callum. Oh, Callum, you're here. And Richard, welcome. All right. Hey, Sem, we can do the book later today, by the way. Everything is more or less sorted out, shall we say. Wink, if you know what I mean. Hello, S-Man. Nah, just randomly chosen. Okay. It's just that, like, I was under the impression that that was, like, a 90210 reference, which is a really fucking old reference and not even slightly realistic. Because, like, nobody born after 1995 knows what that show is. But sure, you know, it is what it is. It's just funny. It's just funny. So, in other news, hello GCX. I'm doing all right. How are you? Where were we? So yeah, the thing I have been doing has been going. I kind of regret using Blackstone for this because it's become really difficult to separate the top and bottom layers of what was like not supposed to merge into the thing. I kind of made more work for myself than I needed. Oh well, it's fixable. It's like carving out a tumor. Why do you sound surprised on here? I was like, yeah, that's true, you were. Well, it's like a bit strange to me because I just saw you last night. Even though for me that was last night, for you it probably wasn't. So like, it's surprising simply because like, I don't know. I just don't expect to see the same people during the morning streams that I see at night. And I know that, you know, Cooperator and others show up for morning streams anyway, and it's just like how it is. I don't know. I'm silly. I don't know what else to say. Hello, 70th. Welcome. My mind is odd. I'm not a normal person. Like, I try to be a normal person, but I'm very clearly not. I can't be a normal person, and I guess that's okay. Stream Friday. Following pattern, I will be here for the next 3 streams. Skip one, be there. Oh, wow. And then forget about me for a month. Damn. That's harsh. Harsh, but fair. Okay, so I'm just gonna, like, blast this shit away. It feels bad, like, tearing into the star a little bit here, because I'm like, man, I have, you know, I have, like, a set sort of way this should be, and it's not the way that I want it to be, and it's like, hey, Obotify. Morning voice. Good morning, Obotify. How is it? How have you been? How have things? Blackstone will become the new quartz. I hope not. I don't hate quartz. I'm just tired of seeing it. But like at a certain point, yeah. If I burn myself out on Blackstone, that's my fault. Entirely possible. It's entirely possible. It has been a while. What you been up to? Okay. I'm having to like manually reconstruct this part because I screwed up And there's like 2 or 3 more sections where I egregiously screwed up like this, so bear with me. Now then, I mean, you got 2 giant projects mostly using Blackstone. Yeah. The projects themselves are not like that Blackstone. I mean, the first Blackstone project is very Blackstone intense. This one is not as Blackstone intense. Oh shit. I'm screwing up. There's a healthy balance here, I feel. It isn't just Blackstone. Okay. It's night here. Ah, right. Yeah, I forget you live in, wherever it was you told me you live. I don't remember, sorry. Doesn't immediately come to the line. Hey, Cody, welcome. How is our famous FitMC man doing? Our famous sign ringer and bell placer. There we go. It's your birthday in 7 days. Wow. It's a day after that. Jeez. It's crazy. Happy almost birthday, I guess. Yeah. I warn you, when you turn roughly 18, give or take, you're going to see that your life will pass before your very eyes so quickly. Time will just flow like water and all be gone. Just down the drain. It feels just like yesterday that I turned 18. And that was 18 years ago. So, cherish it. It will not last. But that's okay. I mean, it isn't the end of the world. It just feels very odd to think back on an event or a time and go, damn, that was over a decade ago. Just is how it is. People become legends as soon as they get in a fit video. Yeah, that's kind of like it's kind of like the joke, I guess. I guess we're all legends. The real legends were the friends we made along the way. Oh, shit. That's not correct. So yeah, we're all just kind of waiting for our legend status from FitMC. It's it'll arrive in the mail any day now, any day. I have no doubt that that placard will come from Housemaster. It'll say, to the newest 2B2T legend, Cody Ledger. Oh, but you have to give Housemaster your personal data and a credit card, so that he can, send you the thing. Like it, he can't just send it to you. You got to pay for it. I also received a oh, son of a bitch, a 2B2T Legend placard in the mail. What was it, like 10 years ago, 3 years ago, however long ago it was. Okay, that's not like 100% correct, but it'll do. For a hole that I had to gouge out the side, it'll work. The smiling man himself, yes. I mean, I feel like this year has been slow and fast at the same time. Yeah, that kind of also feels the same way for me. Like, it's strange. Why do we experience time in a delayed and yet overwhelming manner? You know what I mean? Like, why do things happen? And you look back on it and you go, damn, that was fast. But in the moment, it's like, nah, not so much. Also, why does this keep teleporting me on top of it? Bizarre. Okay. I'm having to gouge out holes because these spikes have been replaced. A better method has been invented. And I'm gonna use that. Thankfully, my current setup will fix any egregious holes. Any new dramas? There's just a lot of dumb faction bullshit, really. Stuff regarding people not liking each other is the standard thing. Nothing to write home about. Is it really happening? Yeah, it may really be happening. I don't know. What's your definition of happening? Remember, Chud rule number 1, nothing ever happens. I'm only 17 and it feels like 2015 was yesterday. Jeez. I feel for you, GXC. Or GCX, excuse me. Haven't been active, okay. We all know Jack is Housemaster. Damn. How do you people keep finding that out? Ugh. Now I'll have to make an entirely new identity. The gold claws look like that one from the Hanging Gardens of Babylonia from Fate Apocrypha. Yeah, that was also kind of sort of inspired, but not 100%. The Fate Apocrypha Hanging Gardens are still on my bucket list to make. And I was going to do something like that at Ocean's Anomalous. But it just kind of... I just felt like going in a different direction, you know? I'll get to it. It isn't like a high priority, but it's not bad either. Holy shit. There we go. Okay, so this doesn't intersect there. I went overboard with these spikes. The black spikes. With the new chess piece we designed last night, and yes, it was a shape stolen from a chess piece. That design, I used it a little more sparingly. It fits far better, in my opinion. Long arm papa. What a name. Is that a new base you can touch? I'm 2B2T's Epstein. What the fuck? I've never heard of anyone refer to themselves in that manner. That is insanity. I'm sure I'm happy that your arms are on the other side of the screen, dude. And no, you cannot touch this base. I will release the world download one day, and it will have a big red sign hanging on it that'll say, Long arm pop bobs not wanted here. Hippies and long arm pop bobs, enter in the back. There's an entrance in the back. You people are an embarrassment. Do not enter into the front of my world download. That's what it'll say. A sign straight out of the 1970s. Hippies and long arm pop bob in back. That's my catchphrase. Real question is, can it touch you? Ooh. Do you want it to touch you? Because I don't. If it can, I don't want to be anywhere near it. What is this chat? I don't know, chat. Like, when I drink coffee and I get caffeinated, my mind goes to weird places. So, like, I'll say weird, out-of-pocket shit that I shouldn't say, but I will absolutely say it. It is morning stream. Yeah, caffeine-fueled morning. Okay. And eventually, it will just be a normal stream. Probably. Damn it. Huh? Oh, have I only been using the 10? Whoops. Shit. I haven't even been using my larger sphere. You could call this my sphere of influence. There we go. I'm gouging these holes out for those of you joining us because those black spikes here don't need to be here. We've redesigned it. A better alternative has been discovered. It's like gouging out a cancerous tumor. There is a fourth? Yes, there was a fourth. It was sadly a complete failure. We don't talk about the fourth Space Valkyria. We could talk about the fourth Space Valkyria, but there would not be much to say about it. Only that I was retreading old ground and that I didn't feel like I was living up to the potential that it had. It was more of the same and not more of something interesting or different. Because each Space Valkyria was a differing sort of experience. It was, obviously there was a uniform kind of aesthetic to it. But there was also like experimentation, you know, I did take risk. I did try to do newer and different things. And with Space Valk 4, I just wasn't doing that. I knew that I had to sort of go back and finish Space Valk 3. And as a result, you know, 4 had to be left in the lurch, and I abandoned it. It was on 2B for years until it was finally found by a dude randomly flying over my area. And he was like, "Oh, Space Valkyria 4!" And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody about this." And then he did, and that was the end of it. I knew it was all ogre at that point. Not that I really continued, you know, making Space Valk 4. I was very fed up in those days. Having the server stay on 112 forever and ever and ever was a bad decision. They should really have prioritized getting something to fill in the gap and not just keep everybody on 112 for the greater part of a decade. I hope that is a thing that never happens again. You know how history repeats itself? I hope that is a lesson we have learned and will not ever repeat. I know that's wishful thinking, but you never know. Like, whew. Not having the server update and stay up to date and stay on top of crazy exploits and the like, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. You need to have things stay under control, relatively speaking. And the only way to do that is to stay up to date. Just is what it is. There we go. Cosmetic surgery notwithstanding. Hey, Pies, thank you. Holy shit, you renewed your membership. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. We might be on 121 a while. Yeah, that's a Mojang problem, though. I don't blame anybody else for Mojang's stupidity, other than Mojang. But they will have to change the number eventually. So as long as we are up to date with whatever Mojang's current plans are, I'm fine with that, even though I will have problems with Mojang's current plans because Mojang's run by idiots. But, you know, I'll take what I can get. How are you, Pies? It's been a hot second. Glad to see you back. 12.2 is the best version. I sincerely disagree because of the performance, because of the complete lack of newer features, which is, in my opinion, the lifeblood of Minecraft. Continually having new blocks to use, continually having new features to go and explore and see. Like, the amount of things added between 1.12 and 1.19 was otherworldly. And having all of that at once was so cool. I still don't advocate for us staying off, whatever the current versions are. The amount of absurd exploits, which got, like, untenable at one point. Like, it was just unmanageable how many Randar no-com type bullshit exploits came out. Like, you can't have too many of those exploits. They ruin the server. They really do. Like, a lot of people are eager to employ an exploit like no-com, Randar, etc. And it does do real harm to the server because you can't play the server when those things are going on. You can play it as an exploiter, but you can't play it as a base builder. You can't play it as a stash hunter. Because, like, you're just going to lose everything. There's no point in trying. To have a server like 2B be in a healthy environment, because 2B has an ecosystem. A lot of people don't want to admit it, but it operates with an ecosystem sort of style. For that ecosystem to thrive, and you want it to thrive because that's what makes money, and you'll not have a server if it doesn't make money, you need to have a healthy balance of people making things and people looking for things. There needs to be way more people making things than looking for things, It's like an environment out in the jungle. How many carnivores and top predators are there versus not? Well, there's an order of magnitude difference in the population between the prey and the predators. And the people building things obviously are the prey. People hunting are the predators. But 2B is very top heavy. There's so many predators all competing to find stashes, find exploits, find dupes, find whatever. And there are very few relative to the number of hunters and seekers and predators, exploiters, etc. Very few people making things. And it's a sort of dark forest effect. Look up the dark forest if you don't know what that is. And it is kind of untenable. It's unsustainable. Long term. It's fine for now. But you really cannot have a Randar or a no-com for any length of time. And you certainly can't have people being in charge of the server and then being compliant with it or being complacent. It's probably half and half at best. I would disagree. I would say it's 2/3 to 1/3. 66% of players are doing the Lamau, I'm a nomad, I'm never going to put down roots, I'm just going to stash hunt. They're doing that. And the remainder 1/3 are actually like building or doing something interesting. Like, the majority of people are just there to try and take advantage of something someone else will do. If the opportunity arises. God damn it. Undo. I'm just going to have to lop that off the hard way. What am I making? OTLR upgrading. You mean ore? I don't know. Remember in Axiom you could select similar blocks to remove it easily? Maybe I should learn Axiom then. Oh shit. Hello, Kit. How are you, Ms. Nightingale? Right now it's probably half and half as far as bot type searching. Oh, it's going to get worse. It's going to get so much worse. Bot type searching. Oh my god, every stash is going to be found in 121.8 or .9 or whatever the silly version it is we end up getting on 2B. Whatever version it is that we first get that includes the Happy Ghast. Oh my god, there will never be a stash safely hidden, especially not in the end, or the overworld for that matter. There are going to be so many hunters that are automating hunting using the Happy Ghast. It's gonna fucking hurt. You're not going to be able to hide your kids. You're not going to be able to hide your wives. You're not going to be able to hide your husbands because they're going to be out here raping everybody. Like, I'm just telling you now, get used to it. Your hidden whatever will not remain hidden in 128 and beyond. Because the ability to automate flight patterns, even though the Happy Ghast is slow as a snail, even so, it's completely automatable. It's flight that is untouchable. So you can fly beyond the void, in the void, beyond 319. So you can fly in an unreachable, unimpedable manner, and you can automate that flight and never have to worry about hunger, never have to worry about getting damaged. Like, the Phantom is not a thing, so you never have to worry about sleeping, so you can AFK perfectly. And you can just go. You can just baritone wherever the fuck you want to go and use a Happy Ghast, and you can get there. It may take you a week or two. It may take you months. But, like, you can set up a billion bots and just... let's see. I have it disabled here. My Zairo's map, for those of you who know about Zairo's map. Let me go into... I think it's World Map Plus settings? Overlay settings? Highways. Okay, so you know how I can do the highways thing, right? Well, just imagine... Now, obviously, this is a single-player world. There are no actual highways. But, imagine that I am capable of just plotting a course with a Happy Ghast and a player. And I can just make anybody go, and I can just set an angle, right? And I can just say, okay, go there. Okay, Baritone, do this. Go there. Okay, Baritone, go from 0-0 out to the world border in this direction, right? And I'll just raycast out from 0-0, automating with a Happy Ghast. And I can just go. And I will hit a base. And I will find your stash. And you better believe there are Chinese base hunters and others who will have like 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 accounts doing that. And that will just be the norm going forward. Like, holy shit. Be prepared. How can you follow the trail if there's no trail to follow? That's the beauty, Neo. Who cares? Who gives a flying shit about following trails anymore? Raycasting will be the meta. You don't need to worry about following a trail. You will just stumble upon something by happenstance now. Who cares about finding a specific pattern or whatever? We can just automate going in a direction to the world border, and you will find something. It is but a matter of time. You can so horrendously brute force 2B, it hurts. Like, oh my god. You just don't even know. That didn't burst through it the way I wanted. Oh well. So yeah, prepare yourselves. That's the new meta. Can't people do that with an Elytra? Kind of, but not really, because they take durability damage. They can't fly infinitely. Hunger and armor are still a problem. Mobs, you gotta land at some point, so mobs are a consideration. You can kind of sort of automate trail following and other things, but, there's a bit of an asterisk with an Elytra travel method. But with a Happy Ghast, you need a Ghast, you need the harness, and you need an account. And you can just set that fucker off in any direction you want, and it'll go and go and go and go. So no, there is a big difference between the Elytra and the Happy Ghast. Like, the automatability without any scripts, I mean, you'll need a script to maybe navigate, but that's about it. The inability to worry about armor, food, durability of any kind. Yeah, this is a game changer. It's a gigantic upset waiting to happen. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm sure nothing will change. I'm sure we'll just be given the Happy Ghast and that'll be the end of it. Just prepare. That's all I'm saying. Just be prepared. Yeah, you just need the W key. You just need an auto walk. I'm sure baritone will be compatible on some level. You just need the ability to move forward in an automatable way. And nobody will likely ever fuck with you. Because why would they? Realistically speaking, you'll be flying above any placed blocks. You'll be flying... Admittedly, it'll be very slow at first. I'm sure we'll figure out a way to make it fast. But, like, you can just brute force everything. It's just going to be a nightmare. Oh, well, that'll have to be fixed. So, yeah, I don't know what to expect. I'm just making a prediction. I can be wrong. That's all I'm opening myself for. I'm just saying, I could be wrong. Which one was bigger, Mew or Sky Masons? I believe Sky Mason. Mew was like slightly over a kilometer, and Sky Mason was 14 or 1500. Something like that. Too many players have bots to hunt. Imagine a group like the Hunters Unions all working together. Yeah. Yeah. You can traipse through the end dimension because you can make a Happy Ghast in any dimension. Any dimension with water. So you can go through the end and the overworld simultaneously at the exact same rate on the exact same trajectory. And again, you will find something. By law of averages, you will find something. And bada bing, bada boom. That's it, man. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Get ready. I don't know what defense, because like with trail hunting and stash hunting, there was a psychological game to it, right? But with this, I don't know. I don't know what you can realistically do. Like, you can maybe try to figure out what route or what trajectory another person is on. So, for example, somebody boasts in the Hunters Discord, yeah, I just put a bot on such and such highway, or not highway, but such and such, trajectory going diagonal, and then you can use Trig to maybe sort of reverse engineer whatever angle they're on, and then you could try to catch up to them with an Elytra and kill their account. But that'll only just restart, that'll just set them back. That won't stop them. If that's how it turns out, would that make you leave? No, it won't. I have a feeling that it's a matter of... It's like an arms race, There will be a change implemented, and it will be bad, and it'll be bad for me, but it'll be good for someone else. And then eventually that change will have its counter, It's like people who can hack something with like a 0-day exploit. It's bad at first, but then it eventually gets better as people learn how to work around it. I don't know. Every human at once versus at one base versus the pods. Maybe a having all your eggs in one basket strategy would be a good idea, because then it reduces the chances of getting found by happenstance, It's like playing Battleship. You're guessing blindly. Maybe there is a pattern, maybe there isn't. You're guessing somewhat blindly at first, right? Nobody has hit anything, you don't know any positions. So having all your battleships in one area minimizes the chances of a random strike striking you randomly. But then, of course, if you get hit, you know, you lose everything. So there is something of a trade-off to that. But that, since there is a base automation sort of meta that would emerge from this, and I'm still fairly convinced that that will just be the meta, people will stop trail following as much. It will be very, very, very sparse comparatively, because everybody will just be able to automate it with a happy cast, so it'll just be easier. So you'll end up having less pattern recognition to worry about, more, you know, random hits, random chance, something along those lines. I don't know. The more you dig, the more you add. Yeah, kind of. What's my opinion on hollow bases? Do you think it's a cheap way to make a mega base? Well, you don't have a mega base if you haven't placed 1,000,000 blocks. So if it's hollow, and that hollowness brings you under 1,000,000 blocks, you don't have a mega base. Because even in survival, if you've made your base solid, and it's just like a gigantic sphere, if it still adds up to over 1,000,000, you've still got a mega base. Now, you should probably put stuff in it, just because it's less impressive. You know, there's your IKEA mega base, and then there's your, you know, carefully crafted, you know, ornate artisan, you know, emblazing of this, that, the other. People put thought and effort into every inch and detail. Like, there's the Japanese woodworker approach, and then there's the bargain bin IKEA approach to mega bases. Which do you prefer? Just, it's up to you. There we go. You almost can't tell there was ever a thing here. If it's hollow, you're probably adding blocks. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, you might want it hollow at first so that you can then make an inside. Or you could just make something that someone else made and be like, yeah, I don't have the skill to put anything more in here. I just wanted a big thing to look at. Sort of like Offtopia from Imp Space. Offtopia's stuff was kind of hollow. Ooh, shit. I don't know. Offtopia had a bad habit of using schematics from other people. Planet Minecraft, etc., etc. Wonder what he's been up to lately. I haven't heard anything from Offtopia. Wonder if he plays still. Like, secretly. Did something interesting happen on the server? I really didn't use the internet for a bit. I'm not certain if you're, like, referring to anything specific. Nothing specific's really happened. I guess I should go ahead and say again, you know, I have a special birthday event, because my birthday, I believe, is next week. Yeah, it's next Thursday. My birthday is next Thursday, so I have a special thing planned. But apart from that, no, nothing really other than that has happened. But obviously the birthday thing is separate, kind of. It will be on the server, though, so you'll get to see. But beyond that, nothing else has really happened. I got the bug to build Space Valk 5. That's really all there is to it. That's why I'm on this and I'm not doing stuff at Archon Retia. In case you were wondering. I wanted to be sure to not, like, burn myself out. Because, like, that was kind of a thing. I was kind of like, I don't want to have to make more Blackstone hallways yet. You know, I want to kind of do something slightly different. And Space Valk 5 was really kind of a breath of fresh air for me. So I'm glad I jumped. to this for now. I'll get back to 2B2T soon, I promise. So yeah, that's about it. Jack getting pinged 24/7. How do I make Space Valk if the server existed? If the server existed? What do you mean? I love how to build. I would love a how to build Discord. Oh, well, you're in luck. Witchinine? However you say your name. You're in luck. I made a video about a week and a half ago. Or has it been almost 2 weeks now? I think it has been almost 2 weeks. Yeah, I released a video about a week, 2 weeks ago, somewhere in there, called How to Build Good. And it will teach you how to build good. Probably. Possibly. We'll see. So I can't really make a how to build server. I'm not gonna do that, rather. I would rather do something else more productive. But there are a lot of builder discords out there as well. And of course, you can always just sort of, you know, look at that video and figure out how to sort of make your own thing. And yes, Space Valk is something people love to try and make. So yeah, I don't doubt that I'd be pinged about that. That's how Spawn was downloaded. I think it was mostly horse flying. Oh my god. Yeah, when horse flying was a thing. But see, horsefly was a thing before stash hunting was really mainstream. I'm sure there were people stash hunting, but like chunk trailing wasn't really big. People didn't understand how to hide a base. Like it was a different time with horsefly. Horsefly was like a different era of 2B2T. Collab with Crowbar Discord? No. I've already interviewed Crowbar. I don't see a reason to like collaborate with him because he's no longer doing 2B2T stuff or Minecraft stuff. So I don't really like want to disturb him. After 8 hours, I've turned armor stands into a custom birch sapling. Now it's time to place 3,000. Oh my god. This dubstep is awful. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, we can just skip right to the next one then. Okay. Alright, I think I got every section along this torus. Yeah, you can see the spots that I gouged out. I think it'll be a lot better, the newer design. Alrighty, let's put it in. Put it in place. Ow. Crowbar still builds, he just doesn't 2B2T anymore. Okay. Fair enough, but since he doesn't 2B2T, that's more than enough reason that I will not collaborate with him because, well... if he doesn't wish to build on 2B2T, then I have no reason to build with him. Happy birthday for next week, Jack. Your build's looking epic. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you kindly. I do appreciate that. I was genuinely about to suggest folk pop or folk rock, and the next song is this. I'm sorry. I have a playlist, and it's all how you would... royalty-free music, you know? It's good stuff, but at the same time, like, I'm sorry, I can't realistically go play whatever you're hoping for me to play. Like, that's just how it works. I'm sorry. You will have to put up with whatever I play. I know that it may not be to your liking necessarily, but... wait, what the fuck? Hmm? Oh no. Okay, I made a mistake. I goofed. I think I got the placement wrong. Or it's off kilter by like a block. Which is fixable, but still. Nice new tower, yes. Slightly resembles low G Mario Kart music. Good. No, I'm saying it's funny because it closely matches what you had in mind. Ah, gotcha. Good, good. But I do have to like give that as a warning just in general because I can't play copyright music or anything of that nature, and I have a specific playlist because it's what I like to listen to. It's stuff that I can be okay with. You know what I mean? Banana. I get what you mean. Okay. Now... copy. Come on. There we go. Wish I could teleport inside the dome, but it never lets me do that. Oh, nope. No, 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 no. Down, down, down. Gotta go to here. I might need to destroy all of the Taurus and do something different. We'll see. All right. Let's see how it turned out. Okay, so far so good. Ooh, perfect. Maybe. Gotta make sure everything isn't fucked up here. Yeah. Okay, so everything was off a block. Yowza. I must have not stood in the right place when I copied it. Oh well. Easily fixed. If I'm not entirely mistaken, you should be able to teleport underground with cave mode enabled. Well, I'm very new to Zyro's map, so I'm not like 100% on what to do, but like that would be nice. I guess being under this dome technically makes it underground. I mean, what really is underground on this world anyway? It's a void world. And the only thing in it is this structure. Oh. Fuck, I'd forgotten she was even in here. Meow. Oh well. Had her smelt part? No. Paste. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. 4. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's my cat. She jump scared me too, I know. Okay, flip. Paste. So that's 1. 2. 3. Shut up, Ellie. Where are you? Stop whining at me. Stop whining. You've been in here all morning. You can be in here a little longer. There. Okay, that should be 4. All right, let's go see the travesty. Is it the way I want or not? Oh my god, cat, shut up. How long until console players outweigh PC? It's already been that way for a while, dude. Okay, well, I gotta let the noisy ass kitty outside, otherwise she won't stop. There. Now then, what's my take on the newer player versus older player culture? When the Russia War happened, the old culture was basically eroded away. Like, I was under the mistaken impression for many years that it would just be a matter of time. But what happened is, like, the old culture would reassert itself as the newer players peeled off. But because 2B is just so popular now, and obviously, you know, the number of newer players isn't going away, clearly we are just not going to return to the older player culture. That's dead and gone. I don't know what else to tell you. It sucks, but it is what it is. Like, what happened was a newer culture cemented in its place. And so now the new culture, the newer player culture, will become the old player culture eventually. Give it time. And then another thing, another upset of some kind will happen that will cause the newer player culture, that is now the older culture, to become eroded away and changed. So, like, the irony is it's a grand circle, and you're either a part of it, or you are a part of it, whether you like it or not. You are either on the wheel and you're on the uprise, in which case the wheel is rising in your favor and things are going to get better, or you've hit the apex of that rise of the wheel and now you're going down. The sun rises, the sun sets. This is an effect called the Wheel of Fortune. And unfortunately, I don't care if you explicitly say that. It doesn't mean anything to me. I understand. But we have not yet taken that word back. So, just is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, you're either on the uptick of the Wheel of Fortune, or you're on the downward tick, or you're at the apex. But being at the apex, for however good it is in the moment, does imply that there is the downside of the apex, you know, the back end, and the back end is coming. So at the end of the day, the old culture's gone and has been replaced with the new culture. Long live the new culture until the next new culture comes along, and it is now the old culture to then be replaced by the new culture. You know what I mean? And so that's how it is. That's the Wheel of Fortune effect, and it has been going around and around and around since time immemorial. You either learn to deal with it or you don't. Just is what it is. The sun rises, the sun sets. Did I say Wheel of Fortune? Wheel of Fortune! Yes, I did say that. I haven't watched that show in ages. Is Pat Sajak still doing it? Or still hosting it? Pat Sajak and Vanna White. God, they've got to be in their 60s or 70s at this point. Which, you know, that's how it is. Gambling. It's kind of like gambling, isn't it? I don't know. There's a bit of skill to Wheel of Fortune. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a gambling game, though it does have a bit of a gambling component to it. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to fix these stars. I kind of want them facing inward toward the dome. But due to the nature of flipping and tessellating and all that, it did kind of get a little fucky-wucky. But that's easily fixed. I'll fix that later. Gamble's entire 2BTT stash on stream. New idea, what do we think? Well, actually, it's funny you mentioned gambling. Because I was thinking of figuring out a good gambling slot machine mechanic for Escape the Jack Rooms 2. The only problem is we don't have the shelf, so I can't make that. The gambling slot machine relies on the shelf. So Poncho Hamster, don't tell him I said this. Poncho Hamster had a really great idea in Escape the Jack Rooms 1, but it was past the development phase, and so we couldn't really implement it because everything had been basically nailed down by that point. He'd been playing Binding of Isaac a lot, and he was like, add a gambling mechanic, because in Binding of Isaac, there's a gambling mechanic. You pick up money throughout Binding of Isaac, and you find slot machines in storefronts. And I was thinking, that is a good idea. And I've seen enough Binding of Isaac to kind of get an idea of how it works. But I really can't make a good compact slot machine. And also, we've already basically nailed down what we're going to do. So it's too late for Escape the Jackrooms 1. Table that idea, we'll come back to it for Escape the Jackrooms 2. So that's what we're going to do in Escape the Jackrooms 2. And I have an idea as to how to implement it. And then obviously the shelf got introduced, which quite literally made slot machines a Minecraft thing. Like unironic actual slot machines in Minecraft. And so now I have a really good idea as to how to incorporate that. And thanks to White Knuckle, I have a really cool gameplay loop in mind. But I'm not going to say too much more than that because it's still very rough planning phase. It's sort of like the conceptual phase. It's not even really the planning phase. It's just the, hey, what ideas would be awesome kind of leg of the journey. So yeah, that's where we are right now with that. Wait, is that Sindarian? I don't know. It may or may not be Elvish. I don't know. Maybe it says the One Ring will rule you. One Space Valk to rule them all. One Space Valk to find them. One Space Valk to bring them to, and in the end bind them. Maybe it says that. I don't know. I couldn't be sure. I don't speak Elvish. I can't tell you what the Black Tongue says. So perhaps, come on, you fuck, load in. Load in, you fucking fucker. There we go. You stupid Minecraft. You fucking block game. And your chunk errors. Oh, maybe. That's how he conjures demons with his pentagram writing. Yeah, I know, right? It may or may not. Actually, funny enough, Zairos has a better perspective on the whole thing. It may or may not have some black speech written in there. I don't know. It's Elvish. It's whatever. I found a good font that reasonably approximated it. It may or may not have been me slapping my fingers on the keyboard a bunch. Okay. So, next issue is Rainbow Road. Everybody loves Rainbow Road, apparently, and I was not going to do that, but I guess I'm going to do that. Oh well. It's not the worst thing ever. Jack going to make 2BGT a pay-to-win? Kind of, but it won't take real money. It'll take a currency you will find while playing Escape the Jackrooms 2. Because think about it. Escape the Jackrooms 2 is a giant cityscape, right? So, would it be that strange to find money inside said cityscape? I don't think it would be. I think it would work fine. And then, if you're going to, find money inside of said, city, what are you going to do with said money? You got to have a thing to do with it. And so I am of the opinion that, yeah, we need the Binding of Isaac slot machine mechanic. And that would be a really, really cool way to add some RNG that doesn't feel oppressive or stupid or, win more, that kind of thing. And it just gives you a fun, unexpected, experience. Like, it'll make every playthrough of Escape the Jackrooms 2 different. Fun. Japanese cyberpunk cityscape. It won't be a cyberpunk cityscape. It'll be more like Kowloon the Walled City. Also, welcome, Mr. Cheetah. Summoning Circle for I, Tristan. Maybe, but it's really more of a... Because, like, Space Valk 3 had runes on the disc, even though it was very hard to read and hard to see. Those runes were inspired more by thaumaturgy. These runes are inspired by runecraft. This is more of a... That was a magic circle. This is like an inscribed artifact, you know. Space Valk 3 had a magic circle embedded into it. This is a inscribed artifact kind of thing. Like, it just looks so good. Can you believe I made this in GIMP? And then I figured out how to translate it from GIMP into Minecraft? Ugh. So nice. I'm so good with it, apparently. Yeah, I've been wanting to incorporate something runic or thaumaturgical into your builds. Okay. Yeah, hopefully it turns out well. I recommend designing things in your favorite image editor of choice, and then exporting that as a PNG image when you're done with it, and then uploading that to MapArtCraft, and then making a finalized schematic, and then just imposing that over your build in whatever way you can figure out how to do that. Like, I recommend that. It works. It's pretty effective. I like it. Maybe if you build a modern cityscape, you have noticed you can find coins on the ground anymore. Well, this would be more like finding coins or random bits of change in, like, out-of-the-way places. Or things that you do, like a mini-game, or maybe a puzzle that you solve, and you're rewarded with coins. And your job is to survive to make it through to the next break room. And in the break room, you can do gambling. Okay, what was my... Oh, son of a bitch. What was my pattern? There we are. That's 5. I need to make room. There we go. Okay, so we have from left to right, purple, blue. Oh, damn it. Okay, purple, blue, lime green, yellow, orange, red, and then magenta. Those were the colors that I chose. Okay, so this will be the middle. So the middle was yellow. That was it. All right. Replace yellow stained glass. And voila. You can import images as schematics. I've been struggling with the trig. You might not need to bother with the trig because of... Actually, wait. Replace glass. I need to make a copy of this. You may not need to bother with the trig because if you do it in an image editor, you can make your angles way more precise. Copy. Undo. Okay, cool. So this next one will be replace glass with lime. Stained glass. Perfect. Paste. Blue stained glass. Purple. Here we go. And then as for like it, holy septometry? I guess? I'm not really sure what you're referring to, septometry. I've never heard of that. But still, yeah, your best bet is to do it externally and then import it as a... Oh, son of a bitch. Why did that... Oh, banner. Whoops. There we go. That was weird. Okay, let's get the whole selection. The Holy Trinity, that's what you meant. Okay. From Christianity, yeah, I see. But as 7 colors of the highway? Oh, okay, I see. I guess. I mean, Rainbow Road is a Mario Kart reference, so it's not really anything holy or special. Unless you're one of those weirdos who worships Nintendo. But, yeah, it works. It works. Okay. So what I wanted to do, actually, in addition, let's put some glowstone on this. So like 1. So every 5, I actually kind of want to do a glowstone block to keep the path lit, because I think that'll look good. No, never mind. Corner fine. I'm just bad. Okay. Sure. I don't know how to react sometimes to what people say in chat. People say all sorts of things. Good, bad, baffling. More baffling than anything else, honestly. Ah. Should you not move diagonally when pasting? It won't matter. I don't believe. I'm fairly certain, I'm trying to play it out in my mind, when I tessellate it and flip it the opposite direction and then I rotate it 90 degrees, it should match up on these edges. These edges shouldn't interfere, I don't believe. Like, these edges should overlay at a 45-degree angle, and so, like, the rest of this will just continue on. So, like, it should be seamless. I'm fairly certain. We'll have to see for sure, but I'm fairly certain it'll be okay. Shit. Oh man, I'm getting hungry. It should, yeah, I was concerned because you're doing too much different patterns, angles. Yeah. As long as your angles and your patterns are all congruent, it should be fine. Big math? No, it really isn't even math. Like, it's just you... Oh, you mean... Oh, me counting. Yeah, that's math. Should have been here the other day, like a week ago. I was counting in Japanese to put things in their proper place. Because some guy was like, count in Japanese. And I was like, okay. I have 2 words for you. Good morning. Good morning, Erwan. Welcome. You were here a week ago, 6 Chronicles. Yeah, that's right. I forgot, man. I barely remember week to week. So, you know. It feels weird when, like, I can't really remember 2 weeks ago. And, like, somebody will make a reference to X amount of time ago. And I'm like, yeah, I remember that. Totally. But then it makes the whole month feel ephemeral because the first half of the month is, like, unrecallable for me. At least not, like, immediately recallable. So it's just strange, I guess. I don't know. I will happily welcome a computer chip in my brain that will help me retain memories. If such a thing is made, I will be the first customer. Because, like, the inability to remember long stretches of time, which I used to be able to do with very little trouble, has absolutely been something I missed. Like, it helps to keep the events that happen better in order. I don't know. It's a getting older thing. How it is. I know how to count in Japanese. Well, it's because I've learned a lot of Japanese. The flow of time is so real. I should be writing, but I'm procrastinating. Yeah. And, you know, here's hoping I can help you on your journey of procrastination, probably. I can maybe make you do your job, or I can make it easier for you to not do your job, you know, whichever is better, really. I don't know what your writing thing is. Is it an essay? A paper? Oh my god, I always hated writing term papers. I don't know what it was about writing papers. It just made me fucking cringe. It isn't even that I'm a bad writer. I can do it. I just don't want to do it. Like, if you gave me a paper and it was like, here's all the resources you need to know how to do it, I would still put that shit off. Used to have a really good memory, not anymore, yeah. Yeah, that's life. Again, first person to invent a computer chip that can be inserted into the brain or interface with the human brain in some way, and that would allow me to retain memories far better, like with machine precision, I will be the first customer. Provided, of course, it is not $1 million billion to actually get the thing implanted, but, you know. And it probably would be, in all honesty. Like flash memory, you know, like a thumb drive or a hard disk or something. I don't know. Damn it. Keep miscounting. 2 there. 2, 4, 5 there. 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Yeah, it's getting a little more diagonal now. Con of being 25 plus. Yeah, that definitely seemed to be a thing that kicked in at about 25. Good point. Neuralink. I don't know. It may not be Neuralink. That's the thing. Like, I don't think Neuralink is going to succeed. I think Neuralink is like fusion. It's something that's going to be hyped up and fear-mongered. And, you know, like, oh my god, if only we did such and such. Or, oh my god, can you imagine the dystopia that we live in, that this thing is happening? But that, in reality, it's never going to produce the fruits that everybody wants or doesn't want it to. It will perpetually be a thing that's far off in the distance that probably won't ever happen. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. We'll see. But I'm fairly certain it will be a perpetual 10 years down the road. 10 years down the road. In only 10 years, guys, we'll have it. You know, Neuralink will get you joined into the Matrix in just 10 years, guys. It'll only be 10 more years. But it never actually happens. And it just continues to be a thing some people will fearmonger about, some people will look forward to. So I don't know. I don't think Neuralink is going to be it. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Maybe it'll be an ethics thing and it'll continually be cock-blocked for eternity. I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. Okay. And then this final one, I believe, had to be in the middle. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, never mind. It works. Hell yes. Take a look. It's in a book. It's building rainbows. It's not reading rainbow. It's building rainbow because I build stuff. Get it? I am LeVar Burton now. Or LeVar. Did I say Lamar? Fuck me. I meant to say LeVar Burton. God damn it. Okay. There we go. Neuralink's to Cyberpunk. Neuralink is what we in the business like to refer to as fiction. Have you tried using fancy block outline before? It makes it look less tedious, building a little less tedious. I believe that's a shaders thing. Is that in regular Minecraft? Zyros Plus. Oh shit, I should be doing that. What? Fuck, I should be doing that too. Anyway, no, fancy outlines. Isn't that only a shader thing? I don't have that natively enabled. And it doesn't look like that's a thing inherently doable. I don't know. How far out? Ooh, baby, that's even farther out than it was before. I like that. I didn't even know I could alter the levels of visibility. Huh. Okay. Whatever. It's not that important. Now then. Jack's morning brain. I mean, it is what it is. Can't be too upset about morning. There we go. I don't think it's a regular Minecraft thing. It's a mod. Okay. I've not bothered to look into it then. Now, I know a bit of this is poking out, but again, it should overlay just fine. Okay. So what I also wanted to do is layer this. But considering this is in the dead center of the thing, I don't know that I want to layer it now. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. What I could do is make layers down to like here. Like down to the floor. You know what I mean? It's 7 p.m. for you? Well, la-di-da. It's 11:50 a.m. for me. So what I was thinking of doing is this. Shit. And then that. Oh, undo. Ooh. And then maybe embed the glowstone like a block down or something. Because I do want to kind of mob-proof the whole thing. Because, like, there's so many dark spots that'll be over in here, and if we don't... Oh my god, that's a weird blob to look at from the side. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of like thick rainbow road, one that you walk upon. And it's a gigantic... Actually, I might have to remove the top layer. To where the top layer is like where... I don't know, if I make tunnels coming off the sides... we'll see. We'll see. I'm doing it already? Yeah. Could be fun to lower the road, the floor, and decorate the inner tunnel. Maybe. We'll see. I do want you to walk about the middle point through the tunnel. I find that to be fun. Because, like, Rainbow Road on Space Valk 3 was a suspended bridge, more or less. I could just do that. Not worry about having a giant arch of this or that. I do kind of like it better like this, and then maybe I could make suspenders or something that will tie it up to the ceiling, make it sort of look like it's floating. Or I could just leave it floating. I mean, I don't have to do that. I do like this, though. This looks really good. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the rainbows from Super Mario 64 in the course Rainbow Ride. Only you don't actually ride the rainbow on anything in particular. Maybe one day we can get horses out to Space Valk 5, if we ever make Space Valk 5, and if a lot of things just sort of come together the way they would need to. Because I tell you, Space Valk 5 would absolutely have to be a perfect storm of various factors coming together. Not that it can't happen, just that it has to happen. Okay. Oh, son of a bitch. Undo. Perfect. Eh? Eh? Why'd you flip? Okay, rotate that 90. Damn it. Okay, it rotated that way. Rotate it 90 again. How bad is the damage, I wonder? That's not that bad. That's fixable. Oh my god, the rainbow just destroys everything. Oh well, good thing the undo function is so undoable. Yo, Jack, can I ask some questions? Sure. Go right ahead. Suspension's more like an actual rainbow. Having it on the ground would make it look odd. Yeah, that is sadly the truth. Yeah, everything in Minecraft looks funky on its side. A little bit. The colors blend together in a really unflattering way from the edge. But it really can't be helped. It's just how it is. Ow, ow, ow. Found an ocean monument in the middle of a forest. Gotta love 2B. Yeah, that's like the only type of world gen that they added that is backward compatible. So it would regen in old chunks, or not regen, but it would post-gen in old chunks. So you would find randomly an embedded whatever monument, in this case an ocean monument, in old chunks. You'll find that. It's really bizarre. I love how silly that is. Also, it makes for a really killer guardian farm, because then you're not so worried about, you know, the logistics of the guardian farm. Like, it's super easy because everything is just built in, basically. Okay, who do you think was the most influential players or groups? I mean, Pop Bob is definitely one of them, one of the highs. Tristan, Jared, me. There are too many to name, really. I can't give you, like, a comprehensive list simply because we'd be here all day. I mean, obviously there are a lot of players, but the most influential? I guess it would have to be Pop Bob. I don't know. Fit? No, it would have to be Fit. What am I talking about? It would have to be Fit because Fit's the reason the server is as popular as it is. Like, we all know that. So yeah, it would have to be Fit. Fit's the most influential because he's the one who has set the most narratives. He's the one who has made people the most conscious aware of 2B, and he's the most well-known because of YouTube. So yeah, it's definitely Fit. Like, no contest. No contesto. So yeah, second would be Pop Bob. Third would probably be Jared. Fourth would be a toss-up. Probably a very famous builder like me, Crowbar. Who's another really, really famous builder? I don't know. There are a lot of them. Point being, you know, if we discount Fit, it's more of a contest. Actually, no, it really isn't, because then it's second is Pop Bob. So no, if we discount Fit and Pop Bob, then it's an actual, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, there's an actual contest to be had here. Ah, shit. Undo. Okay. 90 again. There we go. Okay. Paste this. There we go. I believe she is influential as well. Sure. Found a floating underground village in the same trail. Wow, nice. Pop, Jared, please, Mike, you, Fit, Tristan, Pyro. Pyro, yeah, that's another good person to potentially put at 4th place. Pyrobite. Guess some names no one has really heard of, but plays a massive role, yeah. I don't know. Rotating flipped clipboards is always ass. Yeah. You learn how it flips over time. If you do enough flip, paste, rotate enough, you kind of develop a mental map of how and why something flips, but it'll still throw you off guard. Like, it'll still throw you for a loop because it's not always accurate. Like, the paste will sometimes just not behave in an intuitive manner. It takes a lot of practice. I don't know how else to put it. Damn it. Undo. Okay, cool. Flip, paste, crap. Undo. Rotated 180, and now paste. Voila! Okay. So there should be just one segment left. Hey, Tudor Bear, I'm doing well. How are you? Rusher? Yeah, Rusher would also be very influential. Good point. I forgot about Rusher. How could I have forgotten Rusher? The man who literally turned our entire world upside down. Yeah, 2nd place would have to be Rusher. 3rd place would have to be Pop Bob. Damn. Well, there you go. There's your top 3. Top 5 would probably be me in 5th place, Pyro or Tristan in 4th place, Pop Bob, Rusher, Fit. Like, I don't know. I don't know how else to, like, frame it. There we go. Okay, flip that way. Paste. Bada bing, bada boom. We have a Rainbow Road, guys. Who is Pyro? You don't know who Pyrobite is? Jeez. Newer players, am I right? Pyrobite is a famous hacker who is really, really cool. He was friends with Tristan and Pop Bob. He did a lot of crazy shit. He was really, really based individual. It's sad that he departed. He was the king of 2B2T for a while. Yeah, good point. I don't think we have a king of 2B2T anymore. Like, I don't think that's an occupation anyone can have at this point. Like, that was certainly a joke and a fun thing we had once upon a time. I don't think you can realistically say that anymore. Like, I just don't think that's a thing. More people know about Pop than Rusher. People who play obviously know both, but people who don't only know Pop Pop. Well, see, here's the problem, Sem. Most influential is not a matter of who knows what. It's a matter of who has done what. Influence is a proxy of action. And Rusher changed 2B2T forever. Pop Bob didn't. Pop Bob terrorized 2B2T. But Pop Bob was, like you said, overrated. But Rusher legitimately changed everything forever. There is a post-Rusher 2B2T and a pre-Rusher 2B2T. But there isn't a post-2B2T, a post-Pop Bob 2B2T, and a pre-Pop Bob 2B2T. There is only a pre-fit and a post-fit. A pre-Rusher, post-Rusher. Like, the people who have changed the server forever, that's just how it is. That's like the best way to describe it, because it's, in my opinion, the most accurate. You have to be willing to admit that what people do is more important. Even if your name is not known for it, what you have done is more long-term impactful. Also, I'm seeing some weird, funky lighting errors. Is this just like a vertical thing? Oh, well. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Pyro Tristan had backdoors. Yeah, that's another thing. They legitimately backdoored the server multiple times. They had the whole place by the balls multiple times. It's incomplete! Wow, damn. I didn't expect fragments of this to not actually go through. Whatever. Easily fixed. Okay, so that means I've got to go and look for that. Which means that I am speed. Meow. Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh shit. You can fall off it. Shit. Oh wow, that's so easy to fall off of. Ah. I knew there was more lighting errors. I hate these lighting errors. Why do they generate? What makes a lighting error so erroneous? Oh well. Hey Jack, how old was XCC2? XCC2 is in his mid-50s, mid to late 50s sometime. He's a lot older than most. That is faux show. Ah, I can't stop this. Jack said in an interview he's over 50. Yeah, he's in mid to late 50s now. That's been a while. That interview was not recent. So, time has ticked on. 50 seconds is insane. Or 50s is insane. Not really. Like, you can only be the age you are. You're born when you're born. You got to play the hand you're dealt. Like, I don't know what you're expecting here. Yeah, he's not in his 20s or 30s like you would expect for most players, but so what? Like, it's how it is. So he's old. 50s is old, huh? Okay. Well, when you're in your 50s, it won't seem that old. My 50s are only 15 years away. That's hard to believe, because 15 is less than half my age now. Good God, this is hypnotic. I could do this forever. I'm moving so quick, the chunks can't keep up. The club can't contain me. Okay, I'm pretty sure I missed a corner back here. No. Okay. There we go, back to normal. Back to normalcy, please. Okay, so this is one corner. Let me check all four corners just to be safe. Sad Crowbar doesn't play anymore. Yeah, he got bored of the place, I guess. I don't know. He moved on to bigger and better things, probably. I don't know. Aha, I did miss a corner. So, yeah, that's how it is. Graybeard Geezers is full of older players. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, there's a literal group of people who are just not young by most metrics. Like, the 18 to 35 demographic is the most desirable demographic. It's like the most influential demographic. Like, everybody is advertising at and trying to catch their attention. But, like, there are a lot more people who are older than that than not. Of course, we have an aging population, so that's only going to get more, you know, bigger number go up kind of effect. Okay. So, we did it. Rainbow Road. Yeah, I could join, but I don't care to. I remember that Jared said that he was way younger than most. Yeah, he was like 12 or 13 when he joined. Like, his name, unironically, was how old he was. Really, really sad. But what can you do? 15 is 3/5 of your age? Jeez. You're old, Shia. No, I'm just kidding. You're about to be, though. You're at your peak. Enjoy it. 3/5. So that's what, 25? 11, I think it was a stolen account. Oh, shit. He was even younger. God. What a lovable little bastard Jared was, am I right? Yeah, 25. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, again, you're at your peak. Enjoy it. Let's get rid of the highways. I don't like the highways overlay. When I'm not on 2B2T, that is. Okay. Yeah. Like, I love that the towers are more prominent now, but there just aren't as many of them. There's like, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There's like 16 towers, and that's it. I like that. Sem Prio Bands got wiped in 119. Yeah, they should have. It's Prio Band? No, yeah, he got on it a while ago. Not recently, but he has been on that account. So he's not like giga-fucked or anything. Jared's accounts are all stolen. Again, what a lovable bastard. Boop. Okay, so now that is more or less taken care of. Or wait, no it isn't. Fuck, I gotta put the light in this. I didn't do this. And also this is broken. There we go. That should reasonably work. We'll see. Okay, so I want to go to the very beginning and do every 5 blocks again. Was the first build I made that I realized was a good builder. The Sky Temple of Autism. That was the thing that made me go, wait a minute. I might know what I'm doing. It was something that came to me in a mad fit of inspiration. I had just watched the Mindcrack crew conclude their Season 3 base, or their Season 3 map, I mean. Hold on. And I had just witnessed a wonderful, gigantic satellite made of sandstone, made by the builder Zisto. And they did their big bad Mindcrack World Tour. And they enjoyed it, you know, showed off everything. It was a really cool, fun time. And that's when I realized, wait a minute. That thing that Zisto made is really fucking awesome, and I need to capture that for myself. You know, I need to figure out how to make my own version or my own thing. And so I was living out at the lands. This was mid-2013. And I was like, yeah, I got to do that, but with stone brick and lapis and quartz. So that's what I did. And thus was born the Sky Temple of Autism. And all the while I was building the Sky Temple of Autism, I was mourning the loss of my previous end base from a year earlier, because Housemaster shut the end down on me. And so I was like, you know, wouldn't it be really cool if I could build the Sky Temple of Autism over the end, over the void? And I was like, yeah, that'd be really cool. And so I began dreaming. And thus was born a 5 and then 10 and now 12 long year dream. The dream that would blossom into Space Valkyria. So yeah, that's how that started. Zisto is awesome. I wish he would go back to being on Mindcrack. Mindcrack reformed. I couldn't believe that. I thought for sure that group was dead as fuck. And so they've started doing Minecraft stuff again, and they've got a giant server in there. It's looking to be really entertaining. And unfortunately, YouTube algorithm hasn't really picked it up like they used to. And I'm looking forward to see what types of stuff, builds and so on, happens. Do I have any screenshots from House deleting the end base? I only have like 1 or 2 screenshots of that place, and it's basically gone. It's lost media, I'm afraid. I sent Neo what I had, but like that's it. It ain't much. It's more pictures of the Enderman grinder and less of the end base itself. And that's really a shame. But it was a shithole. It was not a good base. So it's not even like there's anything to really get nostalgic about. It just was not good. You're doing 4s now? How did you want 5's division? How did you want 5 division? What do you mean, Witchy? I'm doing 4s now, huh? Please clarify. Resend because I got ignored. Sorry, Shia. You get lost in the shuffle sometimes. That's just how it is. What happened to Jared? I remember Duper Trooper saying he's doing military. Yeah, he's in the military. That's what happened to him. He was around not too long ago. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. But yeah, like Jared's still somewhere. I'm not really sure where. I hope he's okay. But I don't know exactly what he's doing military-wise. I just know he's in the Air Force or something like that. The Chair Force, as they called it. Can you say on stream what a Norf is? Norf? Oh, you mean the name of the lands. Right. Okay. Well, so Snacky Norf named the base. And his name is Norf, N-O-R-P-H. And so he named it the Lands of Norfs, and you know the rest. And the name Snacky Norf was actually originally Cracky Dwarf, because that was his RuneScape account. And his brother named it Cracky Dwarf, but he misheard it as Snacky Norf. So that was the name he named for his Minecraft and his RuneScape accounts. And he just kept it. And, yeah. So he named it after himself, more or less. And that was the end of it. 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that was kind of just it. So we shortened it to the lands. And I didn't think a thing of it, really. And then everybody got all up in arms and upset about the N-word, the gamer word. And so I just sort of stopped worrying about it because the base was griefed in 2016. It doesn't fucking matter anymore. Oh well, it was a different time. I don't know what else to tell you. If that's a problem, well, too bad. Other than that, yeah, that's what a Norf is. Doesn't make much sense, but like that's just how it is. People have weird internet names, you know? The base was previously unnamed. Like I was just like, it was my base out in the millions. That was it. And I was like, man, I gotta really get that base of mine out in the millions. Like I gotta get positioned for when end portals come back. Because that's why I built the base out in the millions. I was hoping end portals would be enabled per world. Like, it was originally you only got 3 end portals in a world, and that was it. And that was stupid as fuck. Like, I really wish end portals generated, like, dungeons or trial chambers or whatever. You know, a random thing that you could find that would just be really awesome, you know? And it was easier to get into the end and just all of this. But for some stupid reason, Mojang decided, nah, end portals are not. They're supposed to be very rare and very special. They're not like a thing you can just go to and find. I always hated that. And so when Housemaster deleted the end, I was out of a base. And he was like, yeah, I'll re-enable the end whenever end portals are generated endlessly per world. Because 2B's end portals were illegitimate. That's why he deleted it. And I was like, well, shit. Well, the best position that I can be in is out in the millions where new generation may occur. And so that's what I did. And it wasn't, like, bad. It just... It didn't last. Ironically... Actually, wait, no. The irony is... The lands were a base that lasted until 1.9. Which is when strongholds became... So, like, the lands lasted as long as its purpose was not yet fulfilled. The only problem is we didn't get an end portal there, which is what I had hoped to get. But that, yeah, the base's purpose was to exist until strongholds became endless per world. And they didn't become endless per world, but we did still at least get strongholds being increased, which was the whole point. And yeah, that was when the bed teleport thing happened. Right, that's when that fell. Yeah. You heard he has schizophrenia? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Well, I mean, if he has schizophrenia, I don't know what else to say. Like, I have nothing but pity for him in that case, because schizophrenia is a difficult disease to live with. They just don't have a corrective mechanism, sadly. Wish they did, but they don't. But anyway, yeah, the internet was wild back in the day. I miss that day, those days, where things were simpler, times were easier. Was the lands my longest lasting base? See now, late 2012 to early 2016, so it was almost 4 years old. No, the Sea Spire would be my longest lasting base. Because I got the Sea Spire in late 2013, and I didn't really do anything with it until late 2015, and it just sat abandoned. So from late 2015 until it being griefed in late 2019, yeah, the Sea Spire would be my longest living base. Ocean's Anomalous only made it about a year and a half. Space Valk 1 only made it a few months. Space Valk 2 made it 9 months. Space Valk 3, even though it was griefed partway through, it didn't get griefed until 2021. And that was like all the copies of Space Valk 3, so they were completely gone. So 2017, so that was about 4 years. Space Valk 3 got about 4 years. Space Valk 4 could have lasted longer, but it got randomly found, so maybe about 2 years, even though I was not actively building on Space Valk 4. So yeah, like my longest lasting base has definitely been the Sea Spire. Lasted about 6 years. Me Too was a lot funnier back then. I know. I miss it. I really miss smooth chunk loading. Jesus Christ. Load in, damn it. I know you exist. Those blocks are there. I placed them myself. There we go. You cannot gaslight me into thinking that things are not that are actually there. Everything flew and it was funny, yeah. Nothing was off limits. Nothing was sacred. It was great. No moral busybodies to get all mad and upset at you for making a joke they didn't approve of. Like, the idea was that a joke was a joke. It was not meant to be taken seriously because that's what jokes are. But now things are sacred, things are off limits, things are unfun. Ugh. What a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. How many bases have I griefed? Only like 2 or 3, not that many. I don't really do a whole lot of griefing. Griefing kind of leaves me a sour taste in my mouth. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not big on it. Could be because I'm going blind and sleep deprived, but I fear you miscounted the glowstones. There may have been 1 or 2 with 4 in between. Oh god. Oh no. No, please. Oh god, I've already pasted it all. No, don't curse me with miscounting. I've already had to correct stuff like that before on this very build. That one's not on the wiki. Oh, the Sea Spire isn't on the wiki? Damn, that's unfortunate. It's definitely my least known base, which is funny because it lasted the longest. Oh well. No, wait. Do you have a backup plan if they never change the build limit? Oh god. I do. And it's not pretty. It's called build this in the overworld. And build it by blowing up all the lands necessary to make it. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. If I miscounted... Yikes. Entirely possible. Now, I will say, there are 8 blocks in between these 2 bits, but that's because this is the perfect 45-degree angle. And that sucks due to the placement of everything. So I don't know. That's just kind of how it shook up, or shook out. Yeah, like there's a double glowstone right here. How many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, it's 7 and 7, and then double glowstone. Kind of unavoidable. Just build it high up in the sky. It doesn't have the height. Like, this build takes advantage of every possible block from -64 to +319. Like, this build will be maximum. If I build it, I will have to truncate stuff to make it fit inside the limit. Because, like, this is 319 right here. Or no, it's a block below 319. So 317, 318, something like that. So, like, yeah, if I build this base, the limit is 319. And I'm using every block of it. That's the positive limit. Like, that's why I want the end to get the same height increase as the overworld. Because, like, it'd be really cool. Think of how awesome it would be. What's the most memorable event? Oh my god, Third Incursion was my most memorable event. Because, like, we had inf blocks, we had a gigantic gathering of people who were not, like, bloodthirsty. Well, we were kind of bloodthirsty, but it was more manageable. There was a lot of fun. It was just a great time. Space Valk 5A, is this, Space Valk 5A, is this, and Space Valk 5B would be a shorter version? Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, there could be a truncated version of it, maybe. But I don't want to have to make that version if I don't need to. How big was the drain? Let's go look. I don't remember. It was not that long. It was... probably only like 100 and something. From here to the opposite side. 123 blocks in diameter. Whereas my version of the drain, Ocean's Anomalous, was 200 and something. Let me fire that bad boy up. No, not mods, damn it. Multiplayer. No, not multiplayer. Options. God damn it. What's wrong with me? Let's shrink this shit down really, really low. All the way. Ocean's Anomalous is really bad. Frame rate wise. Such a dope base, you never saw it? Oh. Sorry. Okay. There we go. I knew the fucking ground was somewhere. There we are. Whereas Ocean's Anomalous, which was sort of like the drain, I'll show you. It was built with the drain in mind. Far bigger. Almost double. Great. And now I have like no frame rate. It's all the maps from Escape the Jack Rooms 1. So from about here... My God, I can't even fly! To about here. I know it's so bad. Like, it's all the fucking map art. I should probably have loaded up the mapless version. So about like right here. 266. So yeah, Ocean's Anomalous is way bigger. Okay, let me get the hell out of there. Holy shit. What were we thinking we came to how many? Yeah, I know, right? We really should have thought, like, what are my PC specs? I mean, I got a really good AMD Ryzen core processor, you know, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 PCIe. I got a good, or PCIe, I got a good computer. It's just, there are so many map arts on that base. It just lags you to shit. It's so bad. So yeah, 2 FPS. Simply because of how many map arts I used. If I killed all the item frames, it would be a different story, but I ain't doing that, so. RTXs go up to 6,000, wow. Well, this is an almost 5-year-old computer. Doesn't surprise me. Most intense game of all time, yeah, just about. Really love the colors of the warm ocean water. Yes, I love warm ocean biomes. Wish you could have some way in vanilla to change biomes to those sorts of blocks that depended on biomes for their color. Yeah, I wish we could dye water. That'd be dope. Why can we not dye water? Is the letter Elvish or Sanskrit? It's Elvish. I could see how you might mistake it for Sanskrit, but no, it's pretty clearly Elvish. One space Valkyria to rule them all. One space Valkyria to find them. One space Valkyria to bring them to, and in the end, bind them. Also, if you were reading this, you are gay. That's what it says, 100%. Oh, man. Oh, we're still in the 50s. Okay, whatever. My PC could run okay at that base with a small render distance. Yeah, I know, right? The 60s come out next year. Oh, shit. On God, it's one of the ring. It's the One Ring. No, it is not. The Space Valk 3. So like it's gonna be hard to show this off, but it might. Let me go to the completed Space Valk 3. Might be a little bit easier to show. Ah, okay. You can kind of make sense of the magic circle. So the disc city for Space Valk 3 has a magic circle embedded into it, and this magic circle is more thaumaturgy based. It's more, you know, rune, and it's more ritual than rune, right? It's an inscribed magic circle. It's really hard to notice what this is. I'm gonna have to like show you a picture. Let me go find that real quick. I have a an image that I made years ago. This. There we go. Had to load. So yeah, you can kind of see the similarities. Let me scoot that over a bit, get that a little better centered. So yeah, you can kind of see how I did A from B. And it worked out quite well. I liked it. I liked how it turned out. But, that said, it's got all this city stuff on top of it, so it's really hard to make out what that looks like. So for Space Valk 5, I decided I would go for more of a runecraft appearance. So I inscribed Elvish runes into, you know, into the arms here. I may use that again. I don't know. It may only be a here type thing. It's like the old logo. Yep. Hello, Snuxman. Welcome. Hello, Servio. There is very clearly 2 rings there. Yeah. At some point, the difference is nothing anymore past 240 frames. Yeah. But, like, it's more of a workhorse, you know? You may not notice the difference of frame rate, but, like, you will be able to tolerate more junk. That's really what the higher-end PCs are for. Your frame rate will not noticeably dip when you get a significantly powerful, you know, PC card. Or a graphics card, I mean. Okay, so I've imposed the Taurus here. You can run Unreal Engine 5 games, yeah. And not notice a significant hit, yeah. Problem is, I want to decorate this Taurus with some sort of iterative pattern. Because, like, when I look down on this, you can see all the gold barring and the fins and all of that. And it looks really good. I love it. I kind of want to do something different for the inner Taurus. I just don't know what it'll be yet. So I've got to brainstorm ideas for this. Let's see. And then I've also got to finish this tower. The top part of this tower is not done, so that I can copy paste that onto all the remaining towers here. And then right here, you can see a small little pixel. This is a line of sea lanterns that goes up. You know, it stretches from the build limit to build limit. This will be a Space Valk 1 inspired tower. So I've got to figure out what that will look like and then put those here, basically. And then that may be the end of the outside of Space Valk 5. And then the rest will be designing the living spaces and the stuff that will be inside the star. Tunnels, hallways, decoration, etc. Try a checkerboard pattern. Double helix wrapping it? Maybe. Checkerboard pattern, double helix, those are okay. But I want something that's also similar to fins, but not exactly like... I don't know. I just don't know. It's got to be something unique. What is a really cool ornate metalwork? Show me some ornate metalwork. Google. Step to it. Ooh. Architectural metalwork, bar fittings. It's not terrible. I don't know. I'm very uncertain. Just because, like, there are a lot of options. Yeah, wow. Metalwork is, like, crazy. Ornate metalworkings go hard. Okay. Well, at any rate, it will come to me. Yeah, it'll come to me in time, I know. I might actually make it go inward. So, like, if you look really close, this is the perfect 45-degree diagonal. I might make the metalwork, whatever I do, focused on just this one corner. And then, so like right here, because see, these 4 diagonals are not touched by the star. Let me find the other one. Or is it? Oh shit, wait, no, this is a diagonal. That would be touched by the star. Yikes. Okay, so this is a cardinal. So that's not touched. Because, like, I have to take into account what would be obscured by the star here. What would be overwritten, etc., etc. Okay, so that diagonal is actually fucked. So that cardinal is good. This cardinal is fucked. It's overwritten. So, like, no matter what I do, some element of whatever I make for this innermost torus will be covered up. Which means I could do, instead of the standard 360-degree symmetry that I've been going for, because these fins are all 360-degree symmetry, instead, I could do something unique for each one of these, right? It's definitely a thought. Yeah, I may do that, actually. Whatever pattern I make down here and here, it will be at some sort of an angle to sort of occupy this empty space. So there will be 5 little divots here that will have stuff on it. We'll see. 5 spots, yeah. Why not do subpoints to the star for those 5 spaces you have between the existing points at the lower Y level? Oh, you mean more star points coming off the tips like this? I could, I just don't want to. It's a lot of work to make a star like this. That's why you're asking, but it's also Minecraft, so where do I get pool noodles from? What? What's even sold at 7-Eleven? You could put WD-40 and can openers on the same shelf. What about pool noodles and cooking utensils? I mean, you should probably, like, organize a little bit. Anyone got any ideas what you could stock the item frame shelves of your 7-Eleven in Minecraft? Oh, okay. Well, 7-Eleven has a lot of junk food at it, so you can go for food. 7-Elevens in America are not... Like, most convenience stores will stock knickknacks, like cleaning supplies, small tools, snacks, drinks. That's about it, really. It's a Japanese 7-Eleven. Ooh, they have everything at those. You should Google what is commonly at a 7-Eleven. Hello, Oven. Welcome. What is this game? Huh? What game do you think it is? It's Minecraft. Block game. So yeah, Google what all they've got at Japanese 7-Elevens. They have a large variety of stuff. 7-Eleven, or rather, convenience stores in Japan are like one-stop shops. They're like the Walmarts of Japan. But they're like way, 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 way better. It's clearly the critically acclaimed hit title from 2018, Cube World. Oh my god, Cube World. Holy shit. The Japanese 7-Eleven has amazing food. Yeah, they really take a lot of care into making stuff for 7-Elevens good. Never seen anything like this? Just curious? Oh, okay. Well, hey, you know, one space Valkyria to rule them all. One stream to find them. One end to build them all, and in the darkness, so like, comment, and subscribe.